Alright, hello, and welcome, everyone. Enjoyers of Hildibrand, enjoyers of Gluefoot, enjoyers of Final Fantasy. I bring you Manderville Mondays Part 2, in which I cold read, or fandub, whatever you want to call it, the Hildibrand questline from Final Fantasy XIV online. First part was very fun, so I'm actually quite looking forward to this. Hello, that guy, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. That damnable demon bird continues to elude me, but no longer. Soon I shall claim my revenge and weapon both. So basically I'm going to be talking a lot, probably interacting with chat a bit less than I do normally. Trying to make sure I have good posture. I want to see if I can make it the full 2 hours today, see if my voice keeps up with the demands of Hildibrand and switching between these voices. I also need to take notes on the voices I do for each character. Inspector Hildibrand would have you accompany him to Kurthus. Allow me to summarize our current plan of action. Our destination is the Observatorium, and our mission is to pose as goodly small folk in accordance with Inspector Briardian's instructions. I never figured out if it's Briardian or Briardian. I don't know. Naturally, should the situation demand improvisation, we are to disregard those instructions. Any questions? No? Then let us sally forth at once. Alright. Speak with the sergeant at the observatorium. Kurthus. Sure. I just have breakfast and I have a container of granola next to me, so if you hear noises like a deli container shutting, that's because that's exactly what's going on. Chocobo Keep. Observatorium. Yes, please. The less I have to walk, the better. I'd much rather take animal transportation. Okay. What does it... Oh, that's for an advanced, quest. Okay, I'm like, why do I have multiple quest markers over here? What time is it where I live? Good question. I live in the Americas, so it's, around morning time. I'm very secretive with my location, so I'm intentionally dodging the question. I should really say it's more midday than morning. Because the Americas go from, let's see, West Coast, it's like 11 a.m. right now. East Coast is 2 p.m. For what it's worth, I do base my stream times off of, like, Eastern time. That's not necessarily, like, the audience I'm shooting for. I think anybody should be welcome. Hail to thee, fellow servant of justice. I take it you are one of the many tasked with transporting a counterfeit treaty blade? For you, it's 8 p.m., so it's like breakfast? Hey, yeah, no, world and the internet is an amazing place, connecting people across time zones. Clearly you've mistaken me for someone else, sir. At ease, Sergeant. They are with us. more small folk. Keep an eye on them, or else. But sir, bugger me. Don't you bloody move until I get back. I say, is this land always so inhospitable? The biting winds, the endless snows. I love how when they leave, Gilgamesh just walks up and we know immediately that it's like, yeah, I'm reminded he's the guy who they're after, trying to steal the swords. Mayhap, keeping active will help me to stay warm. Oh, and I should chance to find the thieving duelist, I will of course summon you, after administering the requisite beating. And Gilgamesh and Enki do his chick. Good, you are still... Wasn't there someone else with you a moment ago? Ah, you speak of Greg. He ventured outside the gates moments before your arrival, full eager to catch the thief. As are we. Come, Nashu. We too must answer the call of duty. Hildibrand Manderville. You look like you might actually be useful. Why don't you have a word with my man near the east gates? We're undermanned over there. Also, for what it's worth, I do eat breakfast relatively late compared to other humans. Yeah. You see that just now? No? I don't think my eyes were playing tricks on me, but there's only one way to be sure. You wait here. Inspector! Over there, look! What is it, Nashu? Pray tell me what you see. Bill's saying like his name is just Greg, just Greg. Yeah, I mean, that's a mistake that Hildibrand makes. He's a bit of a buffoon. We love him, though. Aha! I see you, demon bird. You will not escape me this time. Why, hello there, my friends. Is aught amiss? Oh, it's just Greg. For a moment, I thought you might have spotted our thief. Come, Nashu. We have lingered here overlong. We must egress post-haste. Not gonna lie, that is, like, how I talk sometimes. Just use big words. There is naught out of the ordinary here either. No luck, We have scoured every ilm of this area to no avail. I can only conclude that, having learned that his opponent was to be the legendary Inspector Hildibrand, the duelist renounced his criminal ways and retreated into hiding. Or perhaps he is waiting patiently outside the walls for more wagons to leave. That being said, you should decide to venture in the wilderness. You had best arm yourself with more than your wits. I appreciate your concern, Miss Ellie, but a gentleman should abstain from violence unless absolutely necessary. I'll fight for you, Inspector. I even found a weapon to use. By the 12, is that the Excuse me. By the 12, is that the self-same spear which propelled me to the Red Moon? Wherever did you find it? It was buried in the snow. Of course it was. Well, one cannot ignore the will of destiny. Return it to me, Nashu. Though I will still endeavor to avoid fisticuffs, I will be duly armed should the worst come to worst. Now then, we begin our search for the duelist to the east of the observatorium. And they just ignore Gilgamesh running by. Alright, out of the east. But yeah, no, Gilgamesh is in fact built like a tank. I'm not sure, like, what job he would be considered. Wherefore art thou, my nefarious nemesis? 'Twas the selfsame creature, but one of many. Nevertheless, I know that my weapon is close by. You sense it too, don't you? I'm glad I don't have to dub chicken noises, at least. Bird that went into the igloo. Yeah, no, the little chicken. Sometime later. Oh, that's gonna make me yawn. Greg, I've been meaning to ask, why do you covet this weapon so? If you but beheld it, you would understand. In some ways, it bore resemblance to a spear, but in other respects, it was quite different. It was crowned with a magnificent axe blade, to which was welded a musket barrel. Oh, he just doesn't notice that it's that's his weapon. It was one of the first weapons I added to my collection after arriving in these lands. How I yearn to reclaim it, the strongest of spears. That weapon of yours bears a striking resemblance to the strongest of spears. I claimed this weapon 5 years ago. Surely you can't be serious. Now you call me Shirley? No matter, give it to me, give it to me! Oh, why is the screen darkening? This spear and I have traveled together to the very heavens. I will not relinquish it again. This spear and I have bested many a man together. I will not relinquish it again. Then we are at an impasse. The sumo. Yo! Facial expressions. Bro looked at the camera and like, is he serious? Yeah. I can't believe I'm saying this, but well done, Inspector. Thanks to you, we've caught the weapon thief in the act. Miss Ellie, you are grossly misreading our dispute. Greg is a good, honest man, who I am certain has never stolen a weapon in his life. Indeed, I've not. Every weapon I've claimed was by rights mine. Each was a trophy for besting my opponent in single combat. Cue the shock. I believe that constitutes a confession. Seize him. A confession to what? I have done not wrong. Ugh, you are all beyond reason. Ah, yes, my plan to secure Greg's confession was utterly flawless, and his capture will be the coup de grace. Oh. Well, my plan thus far is flawless. Griffin Crossing is still impassable. I know who you are, even if that imbecile doesn't. So let's not mince words. Only you have the skill to face that duelist in battle. Even so, your strength alone will likely not suffice. I suggest you muster what allies you can. Ellie, any words for us, Ellie? His name isn't really Greg, is it? Lest you find my advice unsporting, I'll remind you that our duty supersedes any misbegotten notions of honor you may possess. Makaraka? I still can't... that last name throws me off. Which way did he go, Arden? Did you see? That was just peak, the tug-of-war. I need to remember to record these. With a separate audio. Oh, there he is again. Alright. Nashu? Miss Ellie? Wait, hold on.
Nashu? Miss Ellie? Ah, my good man, it is a relief to hear your footfalls. As you have doubtless deduced, I was able to prevent Greg from escaping through the doors. I must leave the rest to you.
Ooh, that's a cool shot. I'm staying silent because it's just so cool. Yes, it was I behind these doors this whole time. You took so long to arrive, I was getting worried you might have gotten lost. Long did I wonder what your role in this play was. A silent guardian, content to watch events unfold with minimal interaction. Is this the same game? That shot was insane. Yeah, I know, right? A silent guardian, content to watch events unfold with minimal interaction. At the last, I understand. We were fated to duel, you and I. Best me, and you may have the spear. Fail, and your weapons are forfeit. Fair terms, do you not think? I will even extend them to your allies. I grant you leave to summon others. After all, it will avail you no advantage. For Gilgamesh, it's embiggening time! I barely got that line off with a straight face. Alright. Yeah, but like the point of the Hildibrand quest was to like do he's still just there.
Do not worry about me, my friend. I shall extricate myself in due time.
Alright. Battle on the big bridge. Kratos versus Hercules, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna have to wait here for a bit, actually. I was not anticipating having to do a duty. But that's interesting. Yeah, so, but, like, the Hildibrand quests were intended to do, like, it's sort of like a tech playground for the devs. Like, it's where they, because it's so ridiculous, it actually doesn't matter if they feel like they mess up or something isn't perfect. It's really more to stretch the limits of what they can do. And so, like, with this, they were, I'm not sure if it was they were trying to test the engine or, like, they didn't know what they could do, but they were, like, trying to push the limits of what they could do with, with conversations in game without doing like a fully rendered cinematic. Like if you look back at the Star Wars: The Old Republic trailers, those were done by a studio called, I think, Blur Studio, and those have fantastic animation. But then like the game itself, Star Wars: The Old Republic, looks very different, and I mean, they managed to have like emotional conversations and stuff, but it's nothing like this even. And these games actually came out around the same time, interestingly. But Final Fantasy XIV feels like it has only grown as where Star Wars: The Old Republic has kind of shrunk in size and scope over time. And I honestly, I can see why. Like with if you're trying to like if you're well, no, actually, yeah, because Hildibrand was in a Realm Reborn, and that's the whole like he got knocked into space thing. Yeah, so maybe they did have the like maybe the Hildibrand quests in, or sorry, not in Realm Reborn, in like base Final Fantasy XIV online. But they brought him back for Realm Reborn. And that's what happened last time, when last we saw our heroes. Let's see. I'm gonna go, while this duty finder is going, and just queue, or let's see, what does the... Is that Gale Force warning? Yeah, it is. Yeah, so we'll just go reattune to that while I'm waiting for the duty finder to pick up, because that's going to take like 19 minutes, and I need to fill time, because I did not want to be streaming for like 20 minutes today. I wanted to be fan dubbing, cold reading for much longer. I might pick through some of the... I think what I might do is I might just pick through some of the main story quest, or main scenario quest, whatever, and come back and like cut it out of the VOD. Hey Valley, or Oryx and Tealpunk. Oh, into a conversation. Hopefully this won't pop the duty finder. Oh, hey. Random dudes watching us. That's not creepy. But see, like, in comparison, like, I'm, like, my character is, like, really expressionless here. You know? Alright. Howling Eye Extreme now available. I am not doing Extreme. I don't have that tracked. Let's, yeah, we've got like 15 minutes. Okay, I can probably just go back to Lanosia. And see what's up. Let's see. Lower Lanosia. Fastest might be through Middle Lanosia. But yeah, post Realm Reborn is, oh, this is to unlock Leviathan. Okay. I still need to do, like, the Bahamut raids and stuff. I think I have them unlocked, but, I'll just need to check. Ooh, I'm not tuned up there. I'm actually just gonna go up there to attune to the Aetheryte. I'm really tempted to eat right now, but I don't want to be making mouth noises that aren't words into the microphone. Gonna get a drink of water. Alright, Lower Lenosha. Excuse me. Okay, I'll go through here. I'm like, where gate? Alright. This away. Oh, this is, I remember this place. This is where I met that poser. Oh, suddenly the average wait time popped down drastically. Alright, this has nothing to do with the Hildibrand quest, but it's here. Now look here, you all have your bloody story. Right after you carry those sacks of grain over to the mill. But sir, that's what you said before when you had me pick those oranges for you. And before I mucked out the chocobo stables. And before I rolled that millstone over the hill. And also before... Man out here in his undies. Gods, man, I've worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days! And they hear me complaining. Bah, I suppose some of us ain't made for the rougher stuff. Alright, I'll give you what you want. Never let it be said that Traktum ain't the generous soul. Now prick up your ears, because I won't be repeating myself. Too modest, see? Besides, there's only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting, you can? The tale of Traktum's epic victory over the dead primal Leviabetus. Leviabetus, okay. Diabetes. Nah, Leviabetus, huge, no mistake. To give you an idea of how big. Each of his scales is about as wide as cross as me members long. And that's no mean feat, let me tell you. Yo. When I fought him, I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting me with. Must have been a lagoon's worth at least. Even knocked me trusty axe out of my hands at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a grave mistake. What happened next? Why, I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots. But not wanting to take... Welcome back. But not wanting to... we're actually not doing the Hildibrand stuff right now. Because I need to wait for the duty finder. Not one to take all the glory for myself, let me mates in the company of heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic. Mayhap too modest. Now, there's some as say you can never truly beat Leviabetus. You've got to learn how to live with and make the best of a bad situation. Not the company, though. Ah! It's you! I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I was just enjoying the attention is all. I take back everything I said. I was never part of the company of heroes. I'm no marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm chocobo dung. No, I'm the maggots you find wriggling in chocobo dung. I have to lie to women to tumble them. And don't happen much. The number's tiny, it's pathetic. I sure as hell didn't fight Leviabetus, but I have seen him with my own eyes. It was a fair few years back when I was working as a baker's hand. I was shirking my duties one day loitering about the harbour, when I saw it. A great big massive sea serpent moams off the coast, with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared, I soiled myself right there and then. What? Oh gods, just remembering that day made me soil myself all over again. Ew. Hey, wait, if you're there asking after Leviabetus, if means you're planning to fight him, ain't you? Well, take care, he really is terrible. Dreadful, I tell you. If you're not careful, you'll end up in his gullet at the bottom of the sea. Why, you worthless, lying whoreson! I can't believe you made me handle chocobo dung! Auden, this is Minfilia. Were you able to learn aught of use against Leviathan? I beg your pardon? Leviabetus? I see. That is unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The twin vessel is now complete. We await you at the Morabi dry docks. Pray make your way here as soon as you are able. Okay, yeah, welcome back, that guy. I think I'm gonna wait for the duty finder to pop, because we're actually not any closer. Where does it want us to go, though? I mean, that's gonna be quest complete. Might as well see. Alright. Alright, that was fun and well in line, but I don't think I'm gonna dub more of the main story quest. Just kind of too much to keep track of. I'm told your jaunt to the Grey Feet proved fruitless. My sympathies, lad. I'll wager it served to take your mind off the events of recent days, though. But enough of that nonsense. Oh, the moment of truth is indeed upon us. Okay. Let's go. Or not? One tank and one... okay. If the DPS doesn't check in, that's 6. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's see... the chicken... yeah, just enjoy the music here. So do I have my... I don't think I have limit break on... no, I do. Okay, I have limit break on the hotbar. Alright, let's see what we got. We got warrior, paladin, cool. Let's see, which one do I need to be behind for? Okay, so that's the rear. That's flanking. Oh, they gave him a voice for this. This is some Tekken fighting style. Yeah. I mean, I always found Tekken interesting for how it,
I admit it. Fighting all in is just too much for me.
Oh, I feel like I did decent.
My lies. Empathy.
I don't know if you can hear the, if you can hear the voice or not.
I've been had. I'm strong here. I feel so great. Goodness gracious. I just remembered something.
Hold on, I should be doing AoE. Sorry, I have the mental debuff right now of needing to switch to actually like doing gameplay, which I was not anticipating today. So I'm just doing AoE on the move. The Enkidu's just there.
I will pound you, silly.
I will pound you, silly! Haha! This is good.
Rocket punch.
Nah, it was the wrong button, but whatever. He's humming. Oh, what is... Okay, there we go. I was like, what is going on with the tanks? Oh, were there ads and I didn't pay attention? Whoops. Alright. But yeah, like, Eddie Gordo is my favorite Tekken character, and it's a shame that he's a DLC character.
That's enough of a beating for now.
At least I guessed the American accent, right? Oh, that was good. Some good style here, too. I like the glamours on, Oh. Spam call. Alright. Back to the actual, fight. Alone yet still armed. In any case, he seemed dissatisfied with the halberd. We'll proceed with the delivery. Speak to Dorilda in Vesper Bay. Alright. Gotta use the Aetheryte ticket somewhere. Ah, right, the Karen. Is Godbrand his name? Man, just the detail they put in this. Ah, 'tis more magnificent than I imagined. 'Twill make a fine addition to my collection. Hildibrand's just happy to be here. Poor Maria. And with that, our business is concluded. Cheers. I genuinely mean that in your case, by the way. Alright, well, at least he respects us. All's well that ends well, right, Inspector? Though it's a shame that Greg turned out to be the thief. There you are, Inspector Briardian. Why did you not wait for me at the docks? Uh-oh. We have a shape changer. Why are you all staring at me so? Oh, never mind that. Where is my treaty blade? But didn't we just give you the treaty blade? Kind of homogenizing the femme voices. Not intentionally, just not enough note-taking. Skinwalker. Alright. Disguise yourself as the client and let the treaty blade come to you. Take advantage of an existing situation to distract us from the real crime. Brilliant. The man in red never spoke of the treaty blade, only the halberd. Moreover, he always issued challenges in person. Inspiration struck. Dear gods, isn't it obvious? What is it like in your funny little brains? It must be so boring. If the man in red did not send the challenge, then who did? Indeed, who? Whomst. I believe this is addressed to me, condescending Inspector Briardian. Piss off. 400 years have I slept, 1,000 faces do I wear. What is yours will be mine, I shall come to claim the Lapis Maiden's virtue. A many-faced phantom thief. Interesting. Oh, I should have done like the pain noises for Briardian. The design and the wording are the same as before. The thief who stole the treaty blade sent this. Very well. I, and I alone, Hildibrand, Agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, once more accept your challenge. The little facial twitches. You want a challenge, huh? Stand and face me, you buffoon! Hildibrand's very good at running. You don't stand a chance, Briardian. Alright, that's probably going to be the end of this part. How dare you all laugh at a time like this after allowing my precious treaty blade to be stolen? And you, Maria. Yeah, your kid's finally happy. Well, I suppose it is a little funny, isn't it? The two of them dashing to and fro. A pair of gentlemen mummers. You know, it's been far too long since we've seen a show. We should head into the city later. Just you and me. Not bad, Hildy. Not bad at all. You are indeed a Manderville man. Mark my face, O phantom of many faces, for it is the face of the... Nope. Sorry, I'm lightheaded from doing those breaths. Oh. The fiend dares lay claim to the maiden's virtue. As seeds of jealousy quickens with an inspector's soul. Can true love bloom on this battlefield? Will this Manderville man find his Manderville wife? Hildibrand will return in A Case of Indecency. Alright, well done. Hey, what's with the goggles those men were wearing? They look special. Maybe if I ask nicely, they'll give me a pair? I guess we'll find out next time. I love this. Honestly, this might be my favorite part is the previews. Oh, he was making the kissy noises too. Alright. Let's see. I'm going to turn the game up a little bit. Ellie has put her skills as a reporter to good use. Okay. Ah, there you are. I've been doing some investigating of my own since we last parted. I believe I found our Lapis Maiden. The girl's name is Arabella, daughter of the one Master Guguremu, a prominent member of the East Aldenard Trading Company. Her eyes and hair are a most exceptional shade of blue. Her violet is the talk of the Sultanate. Her purported beauty, I should say. You see, none have actually seen the girl in the flesh. Apparently, her father is the overprotective sort. Some say that the maiden has never set foot outside the family's well-guarded estate. But all this is about to change. Rumor has it the girl is to be wed, and not just to anyone, mind you, to the heir of the Bruguer Consortium. The formal announcement is set to be made at a commemorative feast, to be jointly hosted by the two family businesses. The venue is Costa del Sol, where preparations are going on as we speak. Word on the street is that the bride-to-be will be making a rare public appearance. It is here that the thief intends to strike. I couldn't be more certain of it. Piqued your interest, have I? My sources tell me that the bride's father is already in Costa del Sol overseeing the preparations. This is one scoop that I'm not going to miss, and you're welcome to come along.
Fantastic.
Getting a text message.
Alright.
Right. Costa del Sol. Sorry, I got a text message and got derailed.
Nocia, Costa del Sol.
We're always capped out on Gil. I need to level up my crafting jobs. Dristvites. Durstvites. Huh. Organt. Fanis. Feisgate. Firusson. Clafumin. Nope. You're not who I want to talk to. Frostbite Dagorni is apparently also doing the Hildibrand quest. You're not one of my associates. This banquet is for invited guests only. If you have no business here, be on your way at once. Beg your pardon, good sir. My name is Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye. If I might just have a moment of... Ah, yes, that two-gill sensationalist rag. I read your tiresome screed about the self-styled phantom thief and his letter of challenge. If you have come to tell me my daughter is in danger, I can assure you your concern is entirely unwarranted. I have kept my Arabella safe to this day, and to see her whisked away from me... I have not kept my Arabella safe to this day to see her whisked away from me by some fly-by-night rogue. I have spared no expense in securing the best protection that money can buy. Mercenary. These guys seem off to me. The Brass Blades of Gerbera, an elite unit of the most lethal swordsmen in the Sultanate. They say one of them once caused a man's heart to burst just by looking him askance. The moment they set eyes on the would-be thief will be his last. If the thief is obliging enough to allow himself to be seen, or do those goggles serve some purpose other than making the wearer look utterly ridiculous? Oh, this was Briarden. If the thief is obliging enough to allow himself to be seen, or do those goggles serve some purpose other than making the wearer look utterly ridiculous? I'm trying to imitate Snape here, actually. Severus Snape. Consulting Inspector Briardin. Your reputation precedes you. And what, pray tell, would you propose? I've promised some of the wealthiest men in the realm that my daughter will be attending the festivities. To renege on my word would have dire implications for the family trade. My proposal is a simple one. Entrust the investigation to me. The thief will be in shackles before the banquet commences, and it will cost you not a whit of your precious skill. Very well. Let us see if your reputation is deserved. But consider yourself warned. Greater fortunes than you will never know But consider yourself warned. Greater fortunes than you will ever know hinge upon this banquet. Will not tolerate any disturbances. Disturbances? Cue Hildibrand. Such a touching concern for his coin purse. If only he could muster the same for his daughter. But, do tell, Inspector. After he slipped under our noses the last time, what makes you so confident you can catch our thief this time around? Our man may boast 1,000 faces, but he has a single modus operandi, and it is painfully obvious. A letter of challenge. A precious treasure whisked away from its rightful owner in the broad light of day. This tells me that our thief is an attention seeker with supreme confidence in his abilities. Doubtless he means to target the maiden using the same methods he used to abscond with the treaty blade. I'm waiting for the giant twist where all of this was engineered by Hildibrand this whole time. Even now, the fiend is in our midst, having assumed the identity of someone who will be in close proximity to Miss Arabella at the feast. I have already narrowed the field. Arabella's betrothed, Vanus, would be an obvious target for our thief. So, too, would be his father, Morgant. Yalto Nolto and his wife, Sainana, the guests of honor, will receive the toast to the couple's happiness. Both will be standing close to the stage where the bride-to-be is set to appear. Needless to say, we cannot rule out Guguremu himself. Finally, we have Luvenhart, a steward of Guguremu's estate, and Miss Arabella's personal assistant. All the key players, save for the Lapis Maiden herself, have assembled in Costa del Sol. Doubtless, the Phantom Thief lurks among them, his face concealed, gathering information and planning his course of attack. We will begin our questioning of the suspects immediately. Should you encounter any suspicious individuals, you report back to me at once. Here comes the boy! Hildibrand Manderville. I could smell the stench of idiocy and incompetence from a malm away. The pleasure is all mine, contriving Inspector Briardine. Forgive me not for revealing myself sooner. Or forgive me for not. I was simply conducting a bit of preliminary undercover investigative work. Yet to see through my ingenious disguise with such ease. Yes, I dare say your powers of observation rival even my own. Fear not, friends, I, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have arrived to defend the maiden's honor as only a Manderville man can. Ah, yeah, he was disguised as one of those. Oh, he's in red this time? Yeah. He does realize there's still a fish on his head, doesn't he? Good Inspector, I realize we have not seen eye to monocle in the past, but a fair maiden's virtue, mayhap her very life, is at stake. From one gentleman to another, let us put aside our differences. Yes, I would welcome your assistance in this case. Me? Assist you? Aren't you a funny man? Oh, it makes no matter. My plan is so flawless that not even your bungling can interfere this time. If you wish to assist me, you may do so by keeping watch over the suspects. In the meantime, I have a promising lead to investigate. I shall return before the banquet begins. While I know this may be asking much, do try not to do anything too stupid in my absence, will you? I would speak with you, but not here. I'll be waiting for you outside Costa del Sol. Come quickly, for we do not have the luxury of time. Alright, let's see what Briardean's up to. You've come. Excellent. With that buffoon suitably distracted, we can get to more important matters. But before we proceed, what might I call you? An unremarkable name, but it will suffice. Now answer me this, Arden. You were there when the Phantom Thief, in the guise of Lady Dorilda, stole off with the Treaty Blade. Was there anything about our foe's disguise that struck you as particularly noteworthy? The perfect mannerisms. Yeah, it was really... I couldn't see through it. Intriguing. Where most would point out the sheer physical perfection of the thighs, you turn in... Of the thighs? Where most would point out the sheer physical perfection of the disguise, you would turn an eye within. A thorough inspection of the mask left behind at the scene revealed a tiny prism sewn into the fabric. It is this stone that allowed him to change appearances at will. And yet, like you, this was of secondary concern to me. From movements to mannerisms, to that utterly obnoxious personality, the thief did not merely look like Dorilda, he was her. Such a feat could not be accomplished by magical trickery alone. We are dealing with a clever and thorough criminal. Not content to rely on his ample powers of disguise, he studies his targets closely before assuming their identities. He emulates them utterly and completely, that not even their closest friends or family could detect that aught is amiss. All the key players have arrived in Costa del Sol 3 days ago, when preparations for the banquet began. This would afford our thief more than enough time to study his would-be target. And yet, some disguises are more challenging than others. Put yourself in the mind of our phantom, Arden. If you were the thief, whose identity would you first assume? I would say a brass blade. Precisely. Clearly you are far less useless than the bumbling inspector whose company you keep. Hey, don't insult them like that. Strong in number, few of words, able to come and go as they please. A fearsome reputation to scare away any who would draw near enough to realize something was amiss. An ideal entry into Costa del Sol for our man. Deducing as such, I made a point to question the brass blades in the area. Little to my surprise, I learned that there was one man who had not been seen at his favorite alehouse for 3 days past. Our thief has not made a habit of wanton murder. Doubtless the poor man is lying naked in a ditch not far from here. In addition to general security duties, each of the brass blades has been assigned to serve as a bodyguard for one or more of the guests. If the man can tell us his assigned charge, like as not, his answer will reveal the current identity of our thief. Our thief would not have the time to carry the unconscious man far. I will canvass the immediate area. You begin your search on the outskirts of Costa del Sol. Okay. Where do you want me to go? Track down the missing brass blade. Outskirts of Costa del Sol. Okay. Follow the arrow. I.e. head south. Have to go, don't know if I'll be back. Yeah, no, thank you for stopping in. Your company is welcome. I try not to take, your presence for granted, here. And, you know, it's a gift. Your presence is a gift. It's a present, something, yesterday's history. Monkey. Anyway. Excellent. You are one of the less incompetent assistants I have worked with. Thank the gods. Oh, please free me from these chains before the snippers eat me alive. There. Now tell me all that you can remember about what happened to you, and try to be brief. We just arrived at Costa del Sol. Had a briefing of sorts. Master Gugudramu gave us each our orders, who we'd be looking after and the like. Had a man to tour the area, get my bearings. Next thing I knew, I felt a thwack in the back of my head. Ugh, when I came to, here I was, stripped to my skivvies. Much to the chagrin of those of us who would have to look at you. You say you received orders from Master Gugudramu. Who was to be your charge? My memory's hazy, but... Oh, one was Morgant, father of the groom. The other was a Lalafell in Ghent from Limsa. Yalto Noto. You now try your best to remember. Were there any guests with whom you were ordered to interact? Come to think of it, yes. There was also the steward, Leuvenhart. I was to review with him the schedule of events, discuss the protection of key supplies, that sort of thing. Morgant, Nalto Yoto, and Leuvenhart. Thank you. For an incompetent fool, your testimony has proved astonishingly enlightening. This dude's just condescending. I shall see this man back to the city and into possession of some new clothes, after which I shall return to Costa del Sol to continue the investigation. Go on ahead of me and, for the love of the gods, just make sure that imbecile doesn't cause too much trouble in my absence. Alright, time for more of the Hildibrand. We have the condescension out of the way. I see. You've changed back into your typical black attire. Ah, there you are, my friend. And not a moment too soon, for I was about to commence my investigation in earnest. Tell me, did your and Inspector Briardean's avenue of inquiry bear fruit? I'm melding accents now. Morgant, Yalto Nolto, and the steward Leuvenhart, you say? This does not surprise me. Yes, I had considered them all exceptionally suspicious from the start. With the Lapis Maiden in danger, we cannot afford a moment's delay. I, Hildibrand, shall have our thief in shackles before the Inspector returns. Fear not, my friend, the Inspector shall be none the wiser. Ha ha! If he had hoped to nab the fiend for himself, he should not have simplified the task for me so. Ah! There's one of our suspects standing suspiciously under the canopy over there. Just you wait, fiend. I shall rip the mask from your face and reveal you for the rogue you are. Rather gung-ho. Step back, friend. The man we pursue is a criminal mastermind. The merest slip of the tongue could put our case, nay, our very lives in danger. But have no fear, Miss Ellie. Ready your quill that you might record my every word, as I employ the time-honored art of parley, handed down from Manderville men of ages past, to reveal our foe. I can think of a few topics that would interest my readers less than your blatherings. Just catch the thief so I can have my story, would you? Don't worry, Inspector. I brought my quill and journal too. Your adoring fans won't miss a word. Capital! This is why you are my favorite assistant, Nashu. Now behold, as I ensnare our prey in a web of words leading to his inevitable demise. Good day, Inspector. Not Inspector. Good day, Master Guguremu, and a fine day it must be, for you most of all. Allow me to offer my... Oh, my mouth's getting dry. Allow me to offer my most heartfelt congratulations on your betrothal to the enchanting Miss Arabella. He's not betrothed to her, it's his daughter. What is this nonsense? Arabella is my daughter, you... just who in the seven hells are you, anyway? Guards? Guards! Ah-ha-ha! Now hold your chocobubs, Guguremu. I recognize this lad. This is Hildibrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. Come to save the lovely lass from the clutches of a phantom thief, have you? I reckon we owe the man our gratitude. Aye, Vanus. Phantom thief? Balderdash or not, balderdash and rot, if you ask me. That said, my betrothed must be quite the beauty indeed to have such rumors told about her. Perhaps she's worthy of me after all. Ha ha! He exudes an unusual degree of confidence for such an effete, fashion-challenged youth. Most suspicious. You just said that out loud. He's a damn sight easier on the eyes than you. Oh, ha ha! That's me, Faunus. Ever calm in the face of danger. Truly is a father's son. A worthy heir to the Brugair Consortium, and a worthy match for my daughter, I must say. Yes, I foresee many years of prosperity for our families. Or, family, I should say. Ho ho! I don't do the laugh super well, but whatever. Which reminds me, Master Vanus, Arabella asked me to convey her gratitude to you for the golden clasp you sent me some months ago. It has not left her neck since the day. Oh, that little trinket? 'Twas nothing. Tell your daughter the greatest treasures in the realm will be hers once we are wed. I feel like I should just go full cartoon and just separate the laughs. Like, oh ha ha ha! I don't know. The time-honored Manderville art of parley? We'd be sleeping with the fishes now had Morgan not spoke up on your behalf. That said, nothing about the interactions between the three struck me as particularly unnatural. Oh ha 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 ha! Let us not rush to conclusions, Miss Ellie. A gentleman fancies a more methodical approach. Yes, everything is proceeding according to my master plan. Whoops, I was supposed to be taking this down, wasn't I? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan? I sought only to earn the trust of the families before confronting Yaltolnoto and Leuvenhart, who have aroused my suspicion from the start. Come, we have a thief to apprehend. I am Vanus, heir to the chairmanship of the Brugair Consortium. And who exactly were you again? I'm sorry, I just realized that I don't particularly care. I've not seen your faces around here. With the East Aldenard Trading Company, are you? Why, yes, good sir, very much with them. Some might say we are the East Aldenard Trading Company. Oh ha 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 ha! Oh ho, pleasure to meet you. Do tell, is the Lapis Maiden as lovely as they say? Sainana here is no slouch herself, but like me, she's getting in her years. No offense intended, my dear. Oh, but where are me manners? I also noto of the Brugair Consortium, and this is my wife, Sainana. I look forward to many profitable dealings with you and yours in the moons and years to come. Aye, I dare say this wedding, and the joining together of our family businesses, couldn't be happening at a better time, with all the manner of fell beasts and beastmen taking aim at their wares. Aye, just the other day, a shipment of imported foodstuff was waylaid by the Mandragoras. Nasty buggers, the lot of them. For 20 years younger, I'd dice 'em up myself and make a salad out of it. Ye have heard of the Mandragoras, haven't ye? But of course, I spent a year honing my body and mind with the Fist of Ralgr. My fellow monks and I would chant several hundred mantra whatsits a day. And your food stores were occasionally raided by a ruthless band of rogue vegetables known as the Mandragoras, yes? Would it kill you to read the Mithril Eye and educate yourself from time to time? A fearsome lot they are. Rumor has it they'll not rest until every fruit or vegetable harvest for consumption has been freed from captivity. Why, they struck at the larder here just days ago. Our supplies were decimated. Fear not, milady. I was able to arrange for some emergency shipment to replace the stolen produce. It arrived safely some time ago. Settle down, Sayonana. Forgive me, wife. She's always saying how meat is bad for her figure. On with that, I best go prepare me speech. Carry on, lads. Criminy! None of those three were suspicious in the least. But we must not give up hope, lest he of many faces have the last laugh. Where there is a will, a gentleman shall find a way. Come, Nashu. We must move quickly, or the Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm. You speak so fast, Inspector. Sign of a quick mind, I'm sure. Now, where was I? Give up hope. He of many faces will laugh last. The Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm. I'm not sure that captures the Inspector's intended meaning. But this is no time for us to be standing around. Inspector Briardine will be back any moment now, and he's not the type to suffer excuses. Quite so, Miss Ellie. Fortunately, I have a plan. Let us investigate the foodstuffs of which Master Leuvenhoek spoke. Should we find any contradictions in his testimony, we can consider the man a prime suspect. Inspector Briardine will be back before long. Come, Nashu. This is no time to delay. Can't be bothered to walk across the plank, so I'm just gonna... Well, I guess not fly, but... Oh, here we go. I don't know, there looks to be some gourds here. Excuse me. Bit lightheaded. Crates of assorted foodstuffs and a vegetable host of luscious-looking coconuts. Veritable host of luscious-looking coconuts. It appears that our man Leuvenhoek spoke true? Ye gads! Are these explosives I spy concealed amongst the coconuts? Perhaps I spoke in haste. It would appear that we have found our phantom thief after all. Ah, yes, the melon bombs. Ah, those are mine, Inspector. I was looking for a place to set them down, you see, and those coconuts were looking awfully lonely. Nashu, far be it from me to cast doubt on your choice of hobbies, but what in the name of the 12 would possess you to bring your creations to an investigation? Well, they were so helpful in jogging your memory that one time, and I just thought... does this mean you won't be needing this piece of driftwood either? Your enthusiasm is always admirable, Nashu, but in this event, I fear it is somewhat misdirected. Now, set the driftwood down over there and concentrate on taking your notes like the astute assistant you are. Chekhov's driftwood, maybe? I say, we are most fortunate that confounding Inspector Briardine is otherwise occupied at the moment. Were he to chance upon this scene, he would veritably explode in rage. Now, let us dispose of these things before an errant ember sends us all to fiery demise. Confounding Inspector Briardine. Explode. A fiery demise. Got it. Are you sure about that? He's gonna incriminate himself. Uh-oh. Don't look now, but someone has returned at the absolute worst possible time. You two were supposed to be keeping an eye on the suspects and staying out of trouble, yes? The inspector will have a fit if he sees you here.
But Miss Ellie, should Inspector Briardine come upon these explosives, the consequences will be even more dire.
Arden and I will see that the inspector keeps a wide berth of this beach. You two just get out of here and be quick about it. Oh, she cares. That's touching.
Quick thinking, Miss Ellie. Come, Nashu. We shall return for your creations once Inspector Briardine has been led safely from the scene. Investigation calls us, and we must heed its cry.
Okay. I need a sip of water.
It's actually a very nice touch that they, like, give you the footsteps to follow. And they even fade. That's actually really cool. Okay. Inspector Briardine would share with you his latest findings.
So Hildibrand has thus far managed not to destroy anything. Consider me something almost resembling impressed. Haha, indeed. But enough about Hildibrand. Arden and I have been waiting to hear your latest theories. We should go somewhere quiet and...
An excellent idea, Miss Ellie.
Ah, yes, that spot over there by the crate should suffice. There, of all places. But surely we could find somewhere more scenic?
I'm not here on vacation, I am here to solve a case. Besides, we cannot afford to have our conversation overheard. That junk-littered beach should afford us some welcome privacy.
Yes, Inspector. Privacy. Indeed. Bloody hells, don't worry, Arden. I'll figure out something to lead him clear of the bombs.
Also, if you wonder why my boots are mismatching, it's because I ran out of glamour prisms. I'll leave that for later. The driftwood is going to be brought up again soon.
Is it just me, or is there a bit of a chill in the air? Perhaps we should go someplace warm?
I, for one, welcome a respite from the sweltering heat. Besides, this will not take long.
If you insist, Inspector.
Now, the questioning of a brass blade attacked by our quarry, I have identified the 3 individuals most likely to be the thief in disguise. To wit, Morgaunt, Yaltol-Notol, and Livenheart. The 3 of us shall split up, with each of us keeping a watch over... Ahem. Are the 2 of you listening?
Of course we are. Beg your pardon, Inspector.
You look unwell, Miss Ellie. Perhaps you were right. I, too, feel a chill wind blowing in. Mayhap we should continue our conversation elsewhere. Ah, but there's no need. Wait here, and I shall build us a fire.
Ahaha! Methinks the inspector has taken leave of his senses. The chance of locating suitable kindling on these barren shores is infinitesimal. It's the driftwood. He's gonna... Yep. Here we are. This piece of driftwood should serve perfectly. And as fortune would have it, I just happen to have some flintstone on my person. Honestly, these are just a gold mine of material. There is no cause for alarm. 'Tis not blood that courses through the inspector's veins, but ice. I could not fathom a series of events that would lead such a calm and composed individual to lose his firm grip on that fiery torch.
Remarkable insight, Inspector. I must record these words for posterity. Oh, it's flying!
What have we here? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan. That's a good one. That's a good facial expression. Could this be another challenge from the fiend? Ah, so Briardine is equally incompetent. He just hides it better.
Surely you jest, Inspector. It looks nothing like his usual cards, see? Doubtless it's just the idle ravings of some madman.
Yeah, what she said. Perhaps so, but we must exercise due caution. Ah, there are 2 more pages. Oh, he's gonna misread the words. She's gonna sneeze. Give up hope. He of many faces will laugh last. It is not the Lapis Maiden alone that shall come to harm. It's more direct than his previous challenges, but there can be no doubt as to the sender. But what is this talk of another victim? The final page holds the answer, no doubt. Oh no. The final page? Confounding Inspector Briardine will meet a fiery demise. The sheer focus. Nice. Very nice. The good ending. Welcome to the world absent of logic and reason. Hildibrand Manderville, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. Yet again. You saw through the fiend's ruse. But how? Let's just call it a reporter's intuition. Are you hurt? Ringing in my ears, but otherwise no worse for the wear. You have my gratitude. Oh, that's kind of sweet. Hildibrand Manderville. Are you able to learn aught of the fiend who made this ignoble attempt on my life? I exhausted every effort, Inspector, yet I fear our quarry proves ever elusive. Excellent. Might have died of shock if you had. At any rate, our foe has revealed himself as no mere thief, but a madman who will resort to cold-blooded murder. We must redouble our vigilance, lest others come to harm. Vigilance! Yes, vigilance is the order of the day. You just blew up the wedding food. What in the name of the gods? Oh, Thal's teeth! Those vegetables cost a fortune! And they're ruined! Ruined! Agent of inquiry? More like agent of injury and incompetence. You are to replace the supplies that you destroyed before the banquet begins, or I will see the entire lot of you rot and gowl. Sorry, I got a bit of spit on my screen. One moment. Sometimes when you go hard on the voicing, things get out of hand. Speak with Levenhart. I keep forgetting this isn't Breath of the Wild. Alright. Nope. What was the terrible explosion coming from the beach? Is everyone safe? Fear not. The fiend's artless attempt on my life has been thwarted. Sadly, your food supply did not escape unscathed. Master Guguramu bids that the damaged ingredients be replaced with all speed. Good gods, this is no thief, this is a madman! As for replacing the ingredients, I fear that will prove a difficult task. Those crates contained imported vegetables of considerable rarity, you see. Vegetables that are in particularly short supply these days. What with the mandragoras at large? Even if I were to place the order immediately, it would likely take days to arrive. The mandragoras? I've heard of that fell band. Tell me, what manner of vegetables did they steal? The rarest was an import from the Far East. I do not recall the name, but it very closely resembled the Eorzean dragon pepper, save for its color, which was a deep purple. Methinks you dost worry too much, Master Levenhart. Our course of action is clear. We need only storm into the den of those overgrown weeds and steal your precious purple dragon peppers right back. I would advise against that, Inspector. There are no ordinary mandragoras, but rather a bloodthirsty band of killers given succulent flesh. Even the brass blades of the Gerber are proved unable to resist them. Oh-ho, a formidable foe indeed! Were only there a brave soul in our midst with a want for taking on fearsome enemies with not a shred of concern for his own well-being. Your eyes, friend, they speak to me, they say. Aye, Yes, I shall vanquish these rogue vegetables and deliver their purloined goods back to their rightful owner. I see I've been voluntold. Oh, you are truly a godsend, adventurer. Once the Sundhimmel of the Yellow Jackets has been charged with defending the roads from the Mandragoras... One Sundhimmel of the Yellow Jackets has been charged with defending the roads from the Mandragoras. If anyone would have knowledge of their current whereabouts, it would be him. Without those ingredients, Master Guguramu is like to cook me instead. Oh, please, friend, you're my only hope. A gentleman would never let his comrade face danger alone. Let us away to Limsa together. Whew, okay. I want to see if I can wrap up this adventure. Limsa, lower decks. Also, I'm realizing that I really need to clean my keyboard. Going to Limsa. Alright. Where go? Okay. Aetherite Plaza? Oh, there you are. That was quick. If you come for the Mandragoras, I fear you're half a bell too late, as were we blasted off. To hear the poor merchant tell it, no sooner had he opened his cargo hold to check the shipment of vegetables than did an onion turn on him, screeching bloody murder. Fled his own vessel in sheer terror, he did. By the time he came to his senses, it had set sail without him. The merchant left for Aleport, hoping to recoup his losses. If you've got a mind to go after the culprits, you might lend a hand to an ear to his sad tale. Ah, is the thrill of the chase not invigorating, friend? The ferry docked by Fisherman's Bottom will carry us to Aleport. Let us be swiftly on our way. Speak with the tiny trader in Aleport. Oh, where do I need to go? Fisherman's Guild? Oh. There we go. Ethernet, Fisherman's Guild. And we need to go to Aleport. Alright. Yeah, don't sneak up on me like that. I thought you were a feral turnip. Or a murder seg plant or summit like that. Think I jest, do you? You'd be singing a different tune if a shot of tomato juice almost took out your eyes. It did mine. My eye! By the time I'd regained me wits, they'd set sail with me ship and me livelihood. I'm ruined. Ruined! If I never see a bleeding onion till the end of me days, it'll be too soon. To hear most say it, the Mandragoras are a nasty lot, a right pain in the arse to farmers and provisioners the realm over. But let me tell you, friend, it ain't the least of it. Freeing their fellow frawns from our larders and tables is but the beginning. The bulbous blackguards have a far grander scheme. Revolution. Madness, you say? Take a ferry to the Isles of Umber and see with your own eyes. A veritable vegetable kingdom where eggplants and turnips rule with an iron fist. This muscle-bound fellow with the dim expression. I could swear I've seen his face somewhere before. Oh, bugger me, if it ain't the undead overlord that fancies himself a gentleman inspector. Which would make you... could it be the adventurer who bested the thief and duelist in single combat? Yeah, sure, in single combat, definitely. Well, bugger me and call me inspector. Tell me, is it true that the duelist traveled with the demon bird whose crow could split the heavens? But that's neither here nor there. Look, I don't know about you, but I ain't so keen on the notion of calling a bloody tomato your grace. And that's exactly the fate we're in for if we don't nip this revolution in the bud. And I mean that literally.
As we speak, the Mandragoras are planting themselves a whole army of their own kind in the Isles of Umbra. You'd be doing the whole realm a favor if you could go there and uproot them before the harvest comes. Many cases have I solved in my day, but I've not matched wits with sentient plant life before. This should prove quite exhilarating. To the Isles of Umbra! Yeah, to the Isles of Umbra indeed. Alright. Anytime I see ninja, I just think 9-inch nails. You feel a hostile gaze upon you. Okay. What is that quest? Oh, it's definitely pirates. Okay. Mandragora Bud. I'm just making random noises. You feel a hostile gaze upon you. Alright. Final one. You feel a hostile gaze upon you. Hmm? Ah, yeah, makes sense. Friend, my pursuit of the Mandragoras has led me beneath the surface. Yes, they must be down here. Somewhere. Yeah, sure. Alright, let's level sync and get to it. Sensing weakness in the realm following the calamity, 5 rogue vegetables, well, technically 4 and a fruit, have risen up to rid the land of all meat, including you. Cool off the Mandragoras before their verdant insurgents gain steam. I'm just gonna be stunned again. Let's see. Oh, I popped the frame too soon. So I just have to, like, kite these guys, I guess? I don't know, seems decently easy. Oh, wait, do they keep healing? Okay, let's see. I think you are safe to target. Damage taken is reduced. That's fine. As long as he's not healing. Okay, I think they're all doing screams.
Alright, cool. Deliver the stolen foodstuffs to Levenhart in Costa del Sol. Impeccably fought, my friend. I only wish I had seen the battle with my... Oh, hold on. Impeccably fought, my friend. I only wish I had seen the battle with my own eyes. You may go on ahead to Costa del Sol. I shall be along as soon as I extricate myself. Okay. Lower Lenosha. Nope, wrong one. Costa del Sol, there we go. Alright, I think I can complete this, this part of the Hildibrand quest today. You return. I feared you might end up a tasty snack for a crazed head of cabbage. See, Hildibrand's back. Stolen foodstuffs. You've saved my hide today. Oh, but I must see if those purple dragon peppers are intact. Master Guguramu is quite particular about his seasonings. Oh, can I come too? I've never seen a purple dragon pepper before. That wild vegetable chase was a pleasant diversion. But it is time we return to the case. Now, there must be some clue that yet eludes us. Core, the peppers have changed color. What's this? Peppers that possess some powers of disguise as our many-faced foe? A gentleman must needs investigate. A striking shade of blue, quite far from the purple that Master Levenhart described. Perhaps we recovered the wrong crate. But look here, Inspector. The crate is clearly marked for Costa del Sol. How curious. Did I say purple? I meant a purplish blue, or a bluish purple? The two colors really are quite similar when you think about it. Alright, so either he's colorblind or he's the thief. These peppers have a most distinctive hue. No man could reasonably stake it for any shade of purple. Except me, because I'm colorblind. Unless, of course, he was wearing a very particular sort of eyewear at the time. Ha! The charade is up. After the man. It is as I suspected all along. The goggles have proved the key to cracking the case. With speed, Nashu. The fiend must be brought to justice. Where are we going to? Search for Levenhart? Alright. Alright, what happened here? You can run, but you cannot... I'm gonna start ad-libbing more. Ha ha ha! If you thought you could outsprint this Manderville man, you were sorely mistaken. For pilfering a priceless blade, threatening a maiden's virtue, and untold crimes against the law-abiding citizens of Eorzea, I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, hereby place you under arrest. It's not him. Done in by a snipper. Fitting end for an ignoble thief. Let's just see what lies behind the mask. Where... where am I? Who are you? Ha! Playing the fool will avail you not. I suggest you come willingly. A gentleman is not given to violence, but should you attempt to resist, I disavow responsibility for any shattered skulls and broken bones. Wait, I remember now. I was on my way to meet Miss Arabella when... Miss Arabella, I must find her at once! Oh, my head! It would seem that this man wears no mask. This is the true Leavenheart. He's fooling you. I swear on my life that it is so. I was en route to the estate in Wineport when one of the brass blades on patrol approached me. We exchanged greetings, and then the next instant he turned on me. I fought desperately to defend myself, even managing to drive a kitchen knife into the man's right hand. In the end, though, he proved too strong for me.
Now that you mention it, the imposter was wearing gloves. I knew there was something suspicious about him.
Wait, how would you know? There is still time before the banquet begins. Knowing our quarry, he has doubtless already assumed a new identity. And yet he could not have foreseen this turn of events. It's unlikely that he had the time to thoroughly research his new target. Most importantly, we know now that the thief suffered a wound to his right hand. He simply returned to Costa del Sol and examined the hands of all present. Or did they just see those hands on the fake Leavenheart? An excellent plan, Inspector. While you do so, we shall accompany Leavenheart back to the estate, that we might ensure Miss Arabella's safety. Uh-oh. It's the Madrigors. I found you, my little ones. Let me guess. You seethe with anger at those that took from you what was yours. Oh, yeah, he did wear gloves. Okay. And it would appear our goals are in accord. Make for Costa del Sol and await my orders. When the time is right, vengeance will be yours. Game is afoot, inspectors. We're in for a time. Alright. We're in sort of the Act 3 of this part of the Hildibrand quest, fortunately. I think, at least. Now, whose mask shall I wear to the ball? Wonder if we can find the mask back here. Nope, just seashells. Alright. I'm just flying there because I can. Oh, she purty. Miss Arabella, what are you doing out here? You must return to the estate at once.
Oh, Leffin. Always the worrier. Your concern is touching, but I am a woman grown. Besides, I just wanted to see the flowers.
Lovely though those flowers may be, they are as unsightly weeds when measured against your beauty. I am Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. Please, call me Hildy.
The pleasure is mine, my lord. Much have I heard of your deeds. Tell me, are these rumors of a many-faced thief true?
I fear they are, Miss Arabella, but still your gentle heart. For as long as Hildibrand is on the case, the fiend shall not lay a twisted finger upon you. This I swear, on the Manderville name.
The gods smile upon me indeed, to send such a strong and handsome gentleman as my champion. And yet, you seem pensive, milady. Is something the matter? To tell the truth, this marriage has been arranged against my wishes. I do not love Vanus. Why, I have not even met him. He sent me this clasp as a betrothal gift. A treasure for my treasure. Wear it always, the message said. I do not care how beautiful it is. It might as well be a golden shackle.
Miss Arabella, you must not say such things. An arranged marriage to a youth you have not even met. Unconscionable.
Father says that this marriage must happen. That it is for the future of the family trade. Spoken like a true old Don. But if I may be bold, milady, would I be correct in assuming that you and your father are not related by blood? Quite so. Father found me amongst the beggars on Pearl Lane when I was just a babe. He took me in and raised me as his own. He took Levin in as well, though as servant rather than son. Oh, you may think Father cruel. That is something I'm going to pretend I read that.
You cannot be serious, Miss Arabella. You are a beautiful young woman with your whole life ahead of you. Surely you would not have to look far to find a gentleman with whom you would rather spend the rest of your days.
If I have to spend another hour with you, I'm like to lose my wits. But anyway, we should return to Costa del Sol to see how the inspector's investigation fares. I, as well, must prepare for the banquet. Farewell, friends.
Alright, I need a drink of water. Ugh.
Getting thirsty.
With the maiden's virtue hanging in the balance, Hildibrand would hasten back to Costa del Sol. We've not a moment to lose, friend. The time of our final confrontation with the fiend is nigh. Our foe has doubtless assumed a new identity, but have no fear. Upon our return to Costa del Sol, I shall employ the time-tested Manderville art of parley to cut through the fiend's flimsy facade. 'Tis an art I would impart to you as well, friend, though there will be time enough for that once our foe is in shackles and Miss Arabella is safe. No doubt it shall prove as invaluable in your adventures as it has in my investigations, or, failing that, serve to entertain you when you have nothing better to do. But I digress. A gentleman must away to Costa del Sol. The fair maiden's life hangs in the balance. Nashu, Miss Ellie, with me. I'm just teleporting back to Costa del Sol. No point if I'm capped out in Gil. I suppose I could have made it my home point. Friardine. Inspector Briardine, I have seen to the maiden's safety. Miss Arabella will be along soon. How fares your investigation? Arabella wasn't wearing gloves, right? I don't think she was. Oh, I have canvassed the sort, and I can't find any trace of him. Okay, yeah, that was a misclick. I didn't mean to click off that. Miss Arabella just left her estate, I hear. I suppose we'll find out soon enough if her beauty is truly a match of our own. There's no time. Without the thief in custody, we cannot risk allowing Miss Arabella to take the stage. But Inspector, Varnes and his family will not take kindly to his betrothed's absence. That is nothing of my concern. Besides, doubtless the Inspector here will think of something. Me? What do you propose? You're an expert at creating diversions. Can't you just knock something over, blow something up, or the like? You know, like you always do. Inspector Briardine, I knew the day would come that you recognized my many talents. Worry not about Master Varnes. Yes, for the sake of the maiden, a gentleman will do what must be done. The poor sop lacks even the wince to know when he's being insulted. Now, to the task at hand. We must find a way to conceal Miss Arabella's true identity. Not far from here are the servants' quarters. There should be a change of clothes lying about. Perfect. Auden, find some suitably ordinary garb and deliver it to Miss Arabella outside the gates. I shall proceed with the investigation. Alright. We're getting good. Story's getting good. Gegaruju Mana Retainer. Guguramu Gegaruju? Is that the guy's name? Has the Lapis Maiden arrived yet? Simply must look upon her beauty myself. Servant's garb, you say? I much prefer what you're wearing, but we certainly have enough rags to go around. Here you go. Do with them as you will. Okay, so her right hand is uncovered. Cool. Oh, greetings, friend. Oh, what's this you have for me? Servant's garb? But why? Miss Arabella, with the thief still at large, the risk of letting you be seen is too great. Change into those clothes and promise that you will not leave my sight. But the ceremony! Father will be furious. And Lord Varnes. We are dealing with a man who tried to blast me to the heavens, and almost succeeded. We cannot exercise enough caution. As for the ceremony, I have entrusted the matter to a certain gentleman. You need only concern yourself with your own safety. We should do as the Inspector says, Miss Arabella. Your life is more important than this marriage, or whatever profits your father stands to gain from it. Levin, your father heard you say such things. I should have said them long ago. By not doing so, I've put your life in danger. But besides, we have not one, but two skilled inspectors on the case. It will not be long until the fiend is brought to justice. Very well. I shall retreat to the carriage. Pray wait for me here. My apologies for the delay. What should I do with my banquet dress, Inspector? Auden, bring Miss Arabella's dress to that bumbling Inspector. I dare not speculate as to how he intends to see to his task, but I would imagine he requires all the help he can get. Now, let us return before the festivities begin. He's gonna ruin the dress, or wear the dress. Hildibrand in a dress? Eh? Okay. Deliver the breathtaking dress to Hildibrand. Ah, you return. Me? I was in the act of formulating a master plan to distract Master Vanus at the ceremony. Is there aught I might do for you? Why, this is Miss Arabella's dress. I must admit to some confusion as to what to do with it. But worry not, I shall take it into safekeeping. And with that, I must attend to Master Vanus before the ceremony begins. Worry not, friend. I assure you that Inspector Briardine and I have the situation entirely under control. Why not find yourself a seat and enjoy the festivities? Okay. Ah, fantastic. I can take my hands off the keyboard. I don't need to do anything. Ah, curses. How am I supposed to find a man with all these people milling about? Friends, family, business wait, no, hold on, Scottish accent. I haven't done this in a sec. Friends, family, business associates. 'Tis an honor and a pleasure to welcome one and all to Costa del Sol's for today's feast, co-hosted by the Brugair Consortium and the East Aldenard Trading Company. We trust that you've been enjoying the food, fine spirits, and profitable conversation. The Lapis Maiden. If even half the tales of her beauty are true, Vanus is the luckiest bastard in the realm. Yalto Noto, Sainana, honored guests. It's a great pleasure to announce the betrothal of my son, Vanus, future chair of the Brugair Consortium, to Arabella, daughter of Master Guguramu of the East Aldenard Trading Company. The couple would exchange their eternal vows here today, that the happiness that is theirs may usher in a new era of prosperity for one and all. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present my son's lovely bride, the Lapis Maiden whose beauty minstrels will sing of for ages to come. It's gonna be Hildibrand. Damn you, Hildibrand Manderville, you had one job! She's beautiful. The rabble were expecting otherwise. She is my bride, after all. I'm disliking this guy more and more by the minute. Yep, it's Hildibrand. Lady, they say your beauty transcends even the boundaries of time. When we are wed, you will want for nothing. Pray, give your hand unto me. He cleans up good. My sun and stars. Yes, 1,000 times yes. I am yours, and I shall be forevermore. Well, what have you done with my bride, you cross-dressing deviant? Not quite what I had intended, but I suppose it serves our purposes. Fear not, ladies and gentlemen, for Miss Arabella is safe and sound. I, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, have but assumed the maiden's appearance to ensnare the vile fiend who would take aim at her life. Don't rip the dress. The fiend who now lies defenselessly before me. The game is up, Vanus. Or shall I call you by another name? The Thief of Many Faces.
Me? The thief? Are you mad?
It appears that my masterful deductions have proved beyond the grasp of your mind. Very well. Allow me to elucidate. While there is not a soul in the realm who has not heard the tales of Miss Arabella's beauty, there are but 2 men here in Costa del Sol who had gazed upon her lovely visage before today. Her father, Guguremu, and her steward, Levenhart. As you yourself admitted on multiple occasions, Master Vanis, you were to have your first glimpse of your bride-to-be today. Considered in this light, would you not say that your reaction upon seeing my face was most unnatural? Who else could see through my ingenious disguise? Who could know at a glance that I was not the fair maiden? None save you, ye of 1,000 faces. Yeah.
And anyone else with half their wits about them! How dare you make a mockery of my wedding day? Guards, arrest that pervert at once. Lock him up in gaol and throw away the key. Arabella? Oh, thank the gods you're safe. Come with me quickly, there's a dangerous madman about. A glove on his right hand. Could it be?
Yeah, follow him. Yep, and by the virtue, he meant the clasp. Ahaha! The man is a fool, but it would have behooved you to listen to him. Alas, you did not, and what is yours is now mine.
That's the thief! Stop wasting your time with that imbecile and arrest him!
Damn, they had Hildibrand in a lock. Ah, yes, the cannibal... Well, I guess they're not cannibalistic. Well, is it cannibalistic if you... Is it not cannibalistic if you're a plant that eats human flesh? You came all this way for me? You love me. You really, really love me. Okay. The attention is most flattering, but I've taken what I came for, and now I must away. My lords, my ladies, till we meet again. The plot thickens.
I hear that the real Vanis was found bound and gagged in a storage room. Truly, Miss Arabella, I am sorry. For what, milady? The banquet was more exciting than I ever could have hoped for. Vanis and his father were furious, of course. and our marriage has been called off. But perhaps it is for the best. I would find my own way to make Father happy by living my life as I would live it. It is you, Inspector Hildibrand, who taught me this lesson. Oh, for the love of the gods, somebody find him a change of clothes. But one thing still puzzles me. The thief's challenge said he would steal the Lapis Maiden's virtue. Yet, in the end, he only took her neckpiece. Now that you mention it, Master Guguramu told me about the clasp when it first arrived. Engraved with the mark of the Sun Goddess, it was one of the most treasured pieces from the Bruguiere collection, known by many as Azema's Virtue. The Maiden's Virtue, indeed. When the next challenge comes, we must take extra care to read between the lines. Yeah, see, but you didn't, man, and that's the difference. Oh! No! The cannibal plant. Finds a different victim every time, eh? Over here, Inspector. It says, made you look. Hey! It's a rightful owner. Ah, the fiend plays us for fools. Give that to me at once. When next we meet, I shall come to claim the victor's spoils. Huh. Another riddle. I need to work on the not saying "tuh" in, like, longer sessions. Instead of saying "to." If nothing else, it appears the thief has abandoned any foolish notions of my assassination. Still, we must ever be on guard. The fiend attempted murder once. He may very well do so again. Verily, Inspector, I must agree. One can never be too wary when dealing with a murderer. Hear me, man of... Hold on. Hear me, man of a thousand faces. You sealed your fate when you called me out by name. Mark my words. When next we meet, you will be mine. Welcome in, Dracnus. Yes. Yes, it was the phantom... Sorry, I've been at this for 2 hours. Yes, it was the phantom thief who was to blame for that bomb. Truly, verily, indubitably the phantom thief. Most certainly. Huh? Huh? Slightly concerning. The Parlay minigame is now available. You have unlocked the Parlay minigame. Entertain yourself as many a Manderville man has before by opening the toy chest in any inn room. Okay, I gotta check this out. To the victor goes a priceless treasure. When the smile of a champion holds secrets untold. Hey!
Are 8 legs better than 2? Can a Manderville man triumph over terrors and win the day? Hildibrand will return in the Colosseum Conundrum. Alright, I'm gonna go check out this minigame. Oh.
The key to the next case is also the key to the storeroom. Be sure not to lose it. Wait, it's a real key and a figurative one? At the same time? Is that even possible? Well, I guess we'll find out next time.
Alright, I'm gonna check out the... Oh. Acquired a toy chest, several games. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go teleport. Oh. Yeah, okay, so I'll continue from here next time. But I want to go check out this minigame. Also so that I can be in a rest area. Blue-footed Bobby. Oh, blue-footed booby. Oh, it's a bird. Okay. Drowning wench. Yes, please. Give me a room. Parlay. Oh, what the... Oh, I see. Okay, so I have 17 seconds to... I have no idea how this works. Oh, I pick tiles and then they all fall. Okay, yeah. I want that to align. Oh, so it picks out ones in the same row and column? Yeah, I can't make a winning move here. I get roughly how it works, but I don't know. It's interesting, but just not for me. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you watched this far, I need to go rest my voice. I will see you all some other time. Have a good one.